How's it going, people? It's early. It is earlier than yesterday. Hoping the coverage is going to start because they haven't got anything on as yet. Leo wants me to cheer him up because Glasgow just got torn apart by Edinburgh. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I hadn't seen any of the results. Mark is wanting his Leinster side to do a job, no doubt. Big Will, did you manage to get the rugby pass thing sorted out? Tian, how's it going, man? What time is it in the Republic right now? Likewise from you, Sabello. Must be late evening, but not too late. I suppose I could Google it. Come on, Munster, says Connor. Man, what time is this bloody game starting? Am I early or what? I thought it was supposed to be past. $30 to $15. It's not disgraceful, Leo, but it's pretty comfortable. Here we go. The game has actually started. There's Leo Cullen with his mask on. 5 minutes. Okay. Decent time. Is there a big rivalry between Munster and Leinster? I think yes, to put it mildly. You have to find a stream for this game. No crowd's going to be different. This match would usually be packed out. How on earth has Leo Cullen managed to lose weight? Just a tad. Somebody could die at this match. Very big rivalry. Yeah. Yeah, there does seem to be a pretty strong rivalry between these two teams. The fact that they usually play at a bigger stadium when they play each other, right? Snyman against Baird. People keep telling me about Baird. He tell me he's like the one to watch. People have been saying that about Kelleher for quite some time as well. Looking forward to seeing Dale in there for sure, man. So because Edinburgh beat Glasgow, does that mean Munster are probably going to finish second in their pool, their conference? Took me an hour to set up Rugby Pass, but it's crystal clear on your TV, better than KO. That's good news, man. I quite like Rugby Pass. It's just not available in New Zealand. Who do I think will win? Leinster have to be favourites, but there's maybe a potential chance that Leinster guys get a bit complacent. I can't imagine it realistically, but they don't need to win. Murray's arm's still looking smaller. Left arm's still looking smaller than his right. I can honestly say I've never paid attention to that. I will check it out. Glasgow out and Edinburgh have secured a home semi. So today was a pretty rotten result for you entirely, man. Where's James Ryan as well? Devon Toad is on the bench. Baird and Fardy are starting. Where's James Ryan? Is he injured? Hopefully Dale has learned how to pass in Ireland. This is his first game for Munster, so we will find out. Morning, Simon. How's it going? James Lowe starting. Gibson Park's on the bench. Ross Burns on the bench. Max Deegan's on the bench. Max Deegan? Is at 23. Okay. That's unusual. Just to see that 23 number on a loose forward's back. Ryan out for 10 weeks with a shoulder. Goodness me. It's no good. Is it just me or is that a new jersey on both sides? Man. I just saw a shot, that wide shot as they have a moment of silence. Devin Toner is still a bloody giant. But Sneeman is pretty big as well. Is Sean O'Brien playing? I don't think so. I think he plays for London Irish now from memory. Scott Fardy at 5, Big Will, yes. How can I watch this? I got now TV and Premier Sport. I'm not sure. Somebody will tell you. Gladdenberg Israel was my first Pro 14 match. A little different than Super Rugby. How was the match? Leinster has a nice backline. Their forwards aren't half bad either. I quite like the Munster wingers as well, to be honest. Conway, I reckon, like Cooney, on form, maybe should have gotten more time than some of his counterparts. But anyway, the Leinster jersey is pretty slick. The referee's jersey is a bit different. Okay. It was close until the last 20, but never super exciting. Conway is amazing. Bro, he's just so good. I don't know why he doesn't get picked for Ireland. How many caps for Ireland does he have? Because it's not enough. Expect to see me drinking beer. Yeah, it's like 6:37, which is not quite beer o'clock for me. Do you know what happened with the Cheetahs Kings Pro 14? Yeah, they are not part of the resumption, man. I've just kicked off. If you want to pause me because I'm ahead of you, I'll let you know when we're at 20 seconds, so then you can kind of pause me so I'm not spoiling anything. 17, 18, 19, 20. There's your marker. I think they're going to try and incorporate the Cheetahs and the Kings into some kind of South African comp, is the last I heard. Why did they do the circle? I guess for like the health services or something. Oh, first penalty goes Leinster's way. Good kick. Leinster line out and Munster's half. Is this match one for these two teams? I know they played like back in December, so kind of. I don't know. Someone who's more affair with the Pro 14 will have to tell us. Rugby against racism. There you go. Okay, they've just mentioned James Ryan's shoulder operation in the commentary. Uh-oh. No, knock on. Henshaw just knocked it on. Tentative stuff early. Last time Leinster beat Munster 13-6. Yeah, I looked that one up as well for the preview. It seems to be the last game they played, which is a bloody ages ago, man. December feels like ancient history. December, you're still kind of getting over the Rugby World Cup. Lots happened since then. First scrum gets free kicked. the crowd doesn't like it, even though the crowd doesn't exist. Well, it's good to see Jordan Lama hasn't changed because he seems to want to run the ball. Okay, here's an opportunity for Munster because Leinster have just knocked the ball forward coming out of their own 22. So Munster will get a good crack. Oh, I just knocked it on, Beard. It's crap. It's on pay-per-view. Oh, that's nonsense. How can they charge pay-per-view for a regular season game? My prediction, I don't know, I would have thought Leinster by like 6 at home. But it's so hard to say because they've been out for such a long time. Good scrum. CJ Stander. Ooh. Was that Holland taking the ball around his knees? Or somebody did. Oh, inside ball to nobody. That's a bit of rust. Bit of rust. To be expected. And Big Will says, bit of rust from Leinster as well. Indeed. It's not pay-per-view, but it's on a channel you had to pay extra for. Why do they do that? Even Sky TV, who are notoriously crap at being a provider and very stingy, they used to have New Zealand rugby on a sports channel, and then anything else, anything European, Six Nations, Pro 14 Premiership was on another channel called the Rugby Channel, and you had to pay extra for it, but they got rid of it. The fact that it's still over there is frustrating. Grant found a stream and it's only on 3 minutes. Well, we're at 4:43 and the clock has stopped at the minute, bro. I had to get it for the Glasgow game, an extra £3 for today, an extra £10 a month. That's such a rip-off, man. If you're already paying for the sports, that should be included. That's what puts fans off, man, honestly. Snayman. Something about seeing Snayman just makes me want to smile. He has to get the ball in hand later. Especially when there's only 2 rounds left, 100%. It's odd to not see Murray feeding Sexton. Yeah, at Ireland level, that's all it is, eh? Big scrum. Penalty. Penalty for Leinster. James Lowe's getting in there and congratulating his forwards. It's on a different channel like BT Sport and Premier Sport. Are owned by different people. Actually, to be honest, I think they still might do that here with the football, like the Premier League. I think you have to pay extra for that because it's on beIN Sports, which is like not part of Sky, but Sky broadcasts it on their behalf. It's crap if you have to do it that way. I'd rather find another solution. Keith Earls, first touch. James Lowe, such a loss to New Zealand rugby. Ireland's gain, man. He has been bloody good since he's been over there. Oh, another knock on. It's going to be a few of those. Oh, what's wrong with Snyman? What's a line-out steal from Snyman, but then he's hurt himself when he landed. My Brumbies 32 prediction was pretty close. Leo, it was, man. They ended up smashing the Waratahs. Absolutely. Oh, man, this is tragic if he's going off. That's frustrating. First try was questionable. Yeah, it was. Oh, Kilcoyne's going off as well. That doesn't make Munster's job any easier. Sport as a whole is being priced out and exploited by the big TV companies. They do seem to want to bleed everybody dry, and the more people that drop off the sports, the tighter they just keep squeezing to get that same amount of blood. Man. Penalties so far are kind of going both ways. And there's a bit of handbags. Jeez, that only took 8 minutes. Look at that. Man. How's Deolinde going? We haven't seen too much of him. I think he's had at least one carry. He's making his big physical presence felt at the breakdown, though. He's almost like an extra loose forward at times, that guy. Same with his midfield partner, Farrell, to be fair. They're both big boppers. Right, Munster will get another crack in Leinster 22. Favourite Irish player for the last 10 years. I'll need to think about that. Bosty, how's it going? Would have seen fights in the Glasgow game. You now dislike Stuart McAnally, damn. Heated rivalry is right, bro. Favorite Irish player? I mean, most people would just say Brian O'Driscoll, I suppose, because he was just world class. Rory Best's a very likeable guy. Oh, it's a maul penalty. Even Ronan O'Gara's grown a bit on me since I've seen like more behind the scenes stuff of him. Like the way he thinks. From memory, this fourth sports providers in Ireland is now not sustainable. Country the same. There are 4 sports providers. Jeez. New Zealand's got 2. And one of them's relatively new. A lot of pushing and shoving. Glasgow, Edinburgh as the Pro 14 thing. I think it's just a rivalry thing, right? They've kind of kicked these... They've kicked the Pro 14 resumption off with all the rivalry rounds. 2 Italian teams against each other, 2 Scottish teams against each other, Leinster, Munster. So there's going to be a bit of emotions. Right. Munster are 5 meters out. We're on 10.5 minutes. 4 meters out. Still 4 meters. Give it to Dalende. Come on. Quick ball to Dalende. Quick ball to Dalende. Nah, it's all on the forwards. I can't see the backs getting it. Oh, favourite's Tyg Furlong. Actually, that's probably true. Favourite current player is probably Tyg Furlong. That guy's magnificent. I'm also quite partial to Gary Ringrose as well, but people give him a lot of grief. John Cooney's also very, like, in watching him for like the last year, that guy's electric as well. Not many nines are that likable. They've usually got a big mouth on them, but John Cooney actually seems like a pretty good bloke. Very talented. Benetton will be frustrated after that loss. 100%. That was a bit of a surprise. Oh, here we go. Farrell. 2 meters. Murray. Stunder. Oh, he's almost knocked it on, but not quite. Jeez, how many phases is this? Oh, advantage. They should get at least 3 from this. Dalende, has he got it down? Bro, he must have gone close. Here's try time. And it's that man Conway on the wrong side of the field. There we go. First try of the game. Jeez. Pressure pays off. Bollocks, says Mark. Good try, says Leo. John Cooney should have been given a run at the national team. Before lockdown, he was the Form 9 in Europe. I agree. Sometimes the coaches pick on reputation, not necessarily by form. Fleshing, things are going well, man. Owen and Mark are not too happy that Leinster have just conceded points, but Munster, who lost a couple of guys early to injuries, after 13 minutes, they are in front. Converted it too. 7-0. See what Leinster have got from here. Simple face play, recycle ball, and pass to beat the numbers. Good try. Yep. From my time watching the Champions Cup anyway, Munster sometimes seems to get a bit criticised for their attack being one-dimensional. But they've got Larkham as attack coach now. Even as much as I didn't like him at the Brumbies as head coach, hopefully he's adding some value. Had Conway at 14-1 for a couple of euro. Well done, David. Good call, man. What team do I support? Technically, it's the Blues in Super Rugby. I'm kind of a neutral at this one. The first Irish jersey I ever owned, though, was this Leinster one sent to me by Mark. So, there you go. If there's a difference maker, it's that. Scrum's pretty even. Blindside. Conway's kicks are good in. Munster are playing pretty well, guys. They're playing down the right end of the field. 100%. It's a basic way to play rugby. You need patience and good handling to pull it off. Everyone needs to do their job. Yeah, that line-out was a bit of a stinker, that one. But then Munster have knocked it on. Munster only had 25% possession a few minutes ago, and now it's 70 with 81% possession. Yeah, I guess it's still 16 minutes, so it only takes a couple of minutes to change those stats, but yeah. They're looking the better of the teams at the minute, but it's still very early days. Very early days. Leinster seemed to have the edge at scrum time. Didn't get a penalty there. Andrew Conway showing yet again that he's Ireland's top winger. I agree, man. Honestly, I don't know how he doesn't get more caps. He's faster than he looks, and he's got good positional play, so I don't know why he doesn't get more. Oh, man. Here goes Ringrose. Why do people sometimes give Ringrose grief? He's a good player. Maybe it's just a YouTube comments thing. He's lucky he dropped the ball because Sexton had his shoulder aimed for the ribcage. Sexton's not afraid of a big tackle, that's for sure. Ooh, what's the ref gonna say here? He's just spoken to Damien Delende about something? Oh, for off the ball stuff on Sexton. Come on, man. And yeah, the bounce of that ball mark was pretty cruel. You've got to give the opposition 10 a little bit of a rile up. He's trying to win himself over with the Munster fans, that's for sure. Sexton's a bit over the hill. Tell that to his haircut. What channel are you watching this on? I'm watching it on Sky Sports here in New Zealand. Maul time for Leinster. Here it comes. The backs are getting in there. James Lowe's adding his weight. Luke McGrath's calling for more weight. Looks like Henshaw's jumped in. Man, if that goes over, and it has, try time. Ken Healy gets the try. That Maul was going for an age. Are you doing a live watch for the Sale game on Tuesday? Wow, what time is that on? The Ringrose thing is similar to Conway's situation, both underrated, both going forward and defensively. Think he gets stuck because he's not a giant centre. That might be it, honestly. I picked him in one of my teams once for like some, I don't know, team of the year or team of something. Man, was he getting a lot of... I got criticised a lot for picking him, and I was like, do people watch him play? He's pretty good. Does Healy's name got an E in it? Or is it just Healy? Healy? That looks right. How much time is left? Oh, we've still got 60 minutes left, man. Sexton's kick is over. There you go, all square. What is that, like a Zoom or a Teams call with a bunch of Leinster fans? That's awesome. Some forget how Shane Williams wasn't the biggest in relation to Ringrose. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Sale game looks like late night for New Zealand. I say Bristol and Exeter should be the game for a live stream since it starts at the same time as this game. I might have to have a look, man. I forgot the Premiership's having midweek games, eh? 7-7. Josh, it's been pretty good. Munster's had a couple of players go off, including Arceus Snyman, which is a pity. But big period of pressure for Munster. They converted. Leinster just did the same just now. And there's been a few knock-ons. Bit of rust, but nothing more than what you would have expected. People are too tough on Sexton. I don't mind him. He's a bit like Dan Carter when he got older. He got bagged a lot. And that is also very true. Before the 2015 World Cup, there were all kinds of articles saying Dan Carter shouldn't be going. He's too old. Blah, blah, blah. Well, Murray charged down Lowe's kick just before. He was lucky to get away with that one. Munster can't hold a goddamn lead. Still early days, man. Still early days. Still an hour to go. Johnny Sexton is rocking the Owen Farrell haircut. Yep. Nah, Colin, bro, sorry, I don't have a link. Depends on where you're at as to who's the broadcaster, I think. Since we don't have crowds at rugby now, this is how I watch. I want to watch rugby all day with 2 cents rugby stream. You're going to be a busy man. I get enough sleep just. By the time Aussie rugby finishes and European rugby starts in the morning, it's like just enough sleep. Yeah. Lama under the high ball has always been a bit of a question, eh? Like, his game is pretty bloody good, but that's one area, like, where Rob Kearney was certainly a bit more secure. I mean, Rob Kearney didn't have the same attacking prowess, but, yeah, I guess each guy's got their own set of skills. Then Big Dan did the damage at the 2015 World Cup, and he was everyone's favourite player. Yeah, people forget how much grief he got. Him and Richie both got a lot of stick. Munster with the set play. Conway stays inside. Section deserves all the crap he gets, says Fleshin. More fans in 2 cents Houston at the game. Probably true. seeing as the attendance is supposed to be officially 0. Everyone there's supposed to be working. I'm sure there's a couple of people connected that got into the game, though, up in like a corporate box or something, surely. CJ Stander is brutal at the breakdown. I remember that from Six Nations. Sleepers for the week, bro. I like a good sleep. It's anything that gives me the energy to manage my children all day. COVID-19 hadn't happened, I don't think I'll be watching Pro 14 or Premiership, but with hardly any rugby this year, craving for rugby and live streams has gone up. Yeah, this would be Rugby Championship time. For sure, and there's no way I would have time to be watching all these games as well. It's a silver lining, man. We get to expand our rugby horizons. Watch some games, some guys that we might not have ordinarily seen, especially after seeing that Bristol game yesterday. Hanrahan with the penalty. He's got it. Munster back in front. We'll see if they can hold the lead this time. Same here, Big Will, but for Super Rugby, first year properly watched it was great rugby. Yeah, I guess that's the thing. When Super Rugby started up, a lot of people who were rugby staffed started watching that as well. Welcome to the Pro 14, lads. Solid series. The main criticism I read about the Pro 14 is people telling me that they often send weak teams away. And they save players for Europe, like for the Champions Cup. That seems to be the most common criticism. Obviously, this game, both these sides are stacked. But it seems like sometimes they send weaker sides. You guys who know the competition will have to tell me how true or false that is. Oh. Oh, 50-50 ball. If Earls gets that, he might be away. Planning to watch the Champions Cup, Rory? 100%. 100%. There's some pretty tasty quarterfinals coming up. It's true, based on rotation and infuriating mandate. Yeah, that kind of sucks, but that is what it is. It's actually weird as well, because I did one video about attendances, about like Super Rugby's attendance compared it to Pro 14 Premiership. And there were Pro 14 fans who would literally say, why are you comparing the Pro 14 stat? This competition sucks. We only watch the Champions Cup. I was like, I don't think that's... That has to be just like a vocal minority, surely. Sarries Leinster is the one to watch, 100%. Saracens are going to be so pumped for that, seeing as they've already been relegated. Europe's the only thing they've got to fight for. Risky cross kick was right, Big Will. Could have gone either way. Oh, Leinster have got a penalty. They will kick this surely, and it'll be 10 apiece on the half-hour mark. Oh yeah, Flesh, and how did things go with your wife after she was giving you crap for drinking in the AM? Pro 14 does get a lot of stick, but national derbies like this one are always good fun. Yeah, nobody's complaining about this game. What time is it in Auckland, Leo? It is 10 past 7 in the morning. I'm about to open my curtains because the sun has at last come up. Obviously, Pro 14 isn't well off financially as other two big European comps, but to say it sucks is harsh. Agree. And the Pro 14 teams do bloody well in Europe, from my experience. At least the Irish ones. I know the Welsh ones didn't have a good run since I've been following it. But, yeah. Even the Scottish teams, I think, since I started watching it, like Edinburgh and Glasgow both made it out of the pool. That was not this season, but the last one. Will North beat the South? We need to see if that game goes ahead. I still think the South are the favourites. Dayland is complaining he's not receiving the ball. He might be. Come on, Sexton. Over. 10 apiece. It's almost 32 minutes gone. Try and a penalty for each side. Glasgow have fallen off a bit from where they were, but Edinburgh has improved vastly. Edinburgh seem like a pretty bloody good side at the moment, what can I say? My missus is back this morning, so I have to get rid of the evidence and give this place a tidy if you want to live till Monday. Yep. Give the place a tidy. Look after your health. Scarlets cuffed the Blues, did they? I haven't seen any of the results. Leo told me that Glasgow got beaten by Edinburgh. You're telling me Scarlets beat Cardiff. They don't boo kickers in Ireland, do they? Nah, they're pretty good like that. Dead silence when there's a crowd there. Time check. It is 33 minutes and 10 seconds. Some teams don't take the Pro 14 seriously anyway. I definitely watched the opening game once of the Pro 14, and it was Leinster against Cardiff Blues in Cardiff. And I looked at the Leinster lineup, and I was like, I don't know half of these guys. Like, all the big names I was expecting to see were not there. But I think they were still being rested after, was it like international duties, or maybe there was upcoming games? But they still won. They still won. The only time the Scots, Irish, or Welsh boo kickers is when we play England. In New Zealand, we boo everybody, but especially the Australians. Not sure what's more off-putting, booing or stony silence knowing everyone is looking at you. I reckon booing just rocks the kickers up, man. If I was booed, I'd want to kick it more. $32-12, and I think if Munster lose, you have a chance. I have a chance of meeting Leinster in a semi-final. That'll be a tough job, but I guess you got to be in it to win it. Leinster have a solid system, even resting their best players to give the guy cycled in a chance to step up. That's a wise way to do it. Leo Cullen seems like a pretty smart cookie, to be honest. He's got a good coaching staff with him. Handling still not quite there, but that's knocked backwards. Leinster seem pretty happy to play it in their own half, but that's like the third or fourth time they've been penalised trying to run the ball out their own half. Interesting tactics. The only time a Scots boo anthems is when God Save the Queen comes on. There you go. Leinster would destroy the Scarlets. I'm inclined to agree, but in one game of rugby, strange things can happen. You never know. Who's that injured? Yeah, Stander is dangerous when he's the first man arriving, not so much when he's the tackler. We all know Zebra was the closest to beat Leinster 3-0. I remember that game. 3 points scored in the whole game. Brad Thorne used to love being booed. The harder people booed, the harder he went. Is that O'Mahony on the ground or what? Man, Munster are having no luck with injuries. Every time Lama plays from the back, I get worried. He's kind of a risk-reward player. Sometimes he'll cut the other teams to bits, and other times something bad will happen. What happened to him? Just fall awkwardly or what? He's gone into Ringrose's back. It seems pretty innocuous. Doesn't seem like much. But he's not going to complain. He's a hard bastard. They need to put some names on the jerseys to help us slow Southern Hemispherians. That's an interesting one. Oh, actually, the Premiership guys always have the names on their backs, right? I do remember once, before I had my channel, I was watching, I think it was before I had the channel, I was watching a Premiership game. It might have been like first year I had the channel. Exeter Chiefs were playing, and they had all the guys' names on the back, right? And then they brought on their first substitute, and on the back of all the substitutes, it just says Chiefs. I guess the substitutes aren't worthy of a customized like name. Hanrahan's got that one back in front again. It's tit for tat. But yeah, I wasn't aware that they only did that for substitutes. So I was like, oh my god, his name is Chiefs and he plays for the Chiefs. How funny is that? Then I saw the next substitute come on and I was like, wait a minute. I think I may be mistaken. Thinking about this earlier, could make an interesting vid. Average crowd attendance is pre-COVID for both Australia and New Zealand. Ooh, yeah. That would be a lot of There will be a lot of data to gather those other sports leagues. 11J said, how's it going, man? 37 minutes into this game. Oh, a bit more, oh, a bit more handbacks. Conway comes in at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Nice. That reminds me of Arsene Wenger being manager of Arsenal. Yeah, I guess there's that connection. I just felt like such a moron. I was like, oh my goodness, his name's Chiefs. Until I saw like the whole reserve front row come on. Chiefs, Chiefs, Chiefs. Like, duh, you're an idiot. Is Snyman and Dale Ender playing? They both started, bro, but Snyman went off after like 7 minutes because he got an ankle injury. He fell heavily on it after a line-out. Two minutes to go. The whole Chiefs family plays for Exeter. Yeah, it was like seeing a Dupree family, but they're all Chiefs brothers, apparently. Sad day for Harlequins losing to our rival Saracens. I didn't see the result, man. What happened? I haven't seen any of the results, except for people telling me on the stream that Glasgow lost, Edinburgh won, and Scarlets won, Cardiff lost. They know they can't throw a punch, so what's the point? I don't know. Can we change the name of the Pro 14 to the Pro 12? It's like a blast from the past, isn't it? Pre-South African teams. Who's playing better, Munster or Leinster? It's been honestly a pretty even split. It has to be said, but it is to be expected. I feel like if I was to look at the stats, territory-wise, it's probably Munster. Heard some ref decisions in the Harlequins game. Anyone see what happened? Oh, weird ref decisions. Owen says fairly even. I thought so as well, bud. We were battered 38-24. That's not too bad. But yeah, not ideal. You won't have to worry about them next year. What can I say? Dale Enders had the ball twice and passed none. Never gets old for me. Here we go. Leinster. Oh, they've been turned over at line-out time. That's brutal. But wait, how'd they get it back? What the hell happened there? For Leinster are like a metre out. I don't know how they got that line-up ball back. I thought they'd lost it. But they're quite happy to brutalise teams from this position on the field. But they've got through a little kick. It's Ringrose. Try time. I did not see that coming. I did absolutely not see that one coming at all. No way. I thought for days that's going to be Leinster's forwards just grinding Munster. But they went for a finesse move. Henshaw and Ringrose, who know each other pretty well. Good communication, and he just beats Farrell to it. What a try. What a try. What was it about teams being rusty? Jeez, you wouldn't think it there. Right. What's the player's right? Naked ref. Are you in the Guinness Book of World Records for owning the most rugby kits? I don't think so. One of these days. Lagging with your stream, but a nice try. Good grubber. It was, man. It was. First lead change of the game. Good game. Like I said, it's been a bit messy at times, but you can see these teams do not like each other very much, huh? Let's have a look at the stats. Do you have any, like, super esoteric rugby merch? I've got a couple of jerseys that I just wanted to buy because they're quite unusual, like a pink Cardiff Blues top and a pink Bulls top, because they were just quite out there. But I think, yeah, nothing too flash. First ever kit was an All Blacks jersey. As a kid with a big white, like big white collar, made by Canterbury. Right, let's have a look at the stats. Oh, the other games: 32-12 Scarlets over Cardiff, 15-30 to Edinburgh. Saracens 38, Quins 24. Northampton 27, London Irish 3. That's a bit of a hiding. Bath 38, Leicester Tigers 16. So our man Tim will be happy with that one. Right, let's have a look at the stats. It is very even. Run meters 125 to 74. That's in Leinster's favour. Possession 51-49. So that's in Leinster's favour. But territory 44-56. It kind of felt like that. It felt like Munster had slightly better territory. Man, look at the tackling. 94% Leinster. 92% Munster. Nobody's getting through either side at this point. 59 tackles from Leinster, 56 tackles from Munster. It's all very even, man. There's not much in it. Penalties conceded, 5 by Leinster, 8 by Munster. I guess the one worrying thing for Leinster would be the line out. They're 4 from 8, which is pretty poor. Whereas Munster are 2 from 2. London Irish made quite a few signings. They've signed half of the Southern Hemisphere guys, I know that. Waisaki Naholo's there, Curtis Rona's there. They signed Augustine Crevy, heaps of guys. Cartha Queen's Park was your first rugby jersey? You have a Polish NT rugby shirt, planned on buying the Israeli one, but the shipment is so expensive. Damn. Yeah, I do have a Uruguay 2015 Rugby World Cup jersey, which is like a 3XL. I can pretty much swim in it. Mark actually got me the Uruguay Rugby World Cup jersey, which is a thing of beauty. That's the one jersey, that really light blue one, that I think more people have asked me, where can I buy that? Where can I buy that? Than any other jersey. Sakopi Kippu as well. Oh, right. I'm just going to open my curtains because it's daylight. I don't need these lights on. Love that Uruguay jersey. Yeah, man, that's pretty sweet. Ooh, window reflection. Window reflection or TV reflection? That'll do. That Uruguay jersey, the thing of beauty. Honestly, I still get people commenting on old videos wearing it. Oh, where can I get it? The chair is back. Have I got a good view out the window? Not really. Just houses. It's a bit overcast, but at least it's not raining. Look good in the Samoan jersey. The Samoan jersey is also pretty nice. Leinster have the worst fan base. Can't exchange banter with them. I'm sure there's a few Leinster fans in here. Do you think that Argentina and Uruguay should have a competition? Oh man, yeah. Well, with the way things are going at the moment, and people wanting to keep things geographically tight, it may be best if Argentina looks to South America. I'm not sure, man. They would need to put multiple Argentinian teams in one competition to make it competitive, though. I think they might still have it in their official partner site, but the shipment might be terrible from South America. I gotta admit, when I bought a Juarez jersey from the official UAR rugby store, which is the only place I could see that actually sells it officially, the jersey itself wasn't too expensive, but bro, with the shipping, it's one of the most expensive jerseys I've ever bought. Yeah, it was horrendous. You guys just had a braai, but now it's rugby time. How's it going, Ruben? I hope you're full after your braai. I think they were trying to do that before COVID hit Argentina, starting their own competition. I know there was that South American Rugby League, which was going to have teams from it had Brazil. Was it a part-time team from Colombia? Maybe Chile? I can't remember. Watch the Munster defensive lineouts. 2 of the balls they've stolen, they jumped across. Need to watch it. There's already the SLAR, but I feel like it's a way level below the Juarez. Yeah, that's what I mean. I think if the Juarez were to play in that kind of competition, they would need to divide the Juarez up into at least 3 teams and bring in more other players to divide up the quality, because yeah, that'd be too good. Someone's trying to get in. Is it my son? Who's there? Oh, yeah, it's my son. I'm going to let him in. Do you want to come watch the rugby? Hey, come. It's just half time at the moment. I'll put a blanket on you.
Yeah.
How was your sleep?
Good. How's your one?
Yeah, pretty good. I got up early to watch the rugby though.
Yeah, but instead it was still good.
Yeah. There's a blue team in this game and a red team. Who do you think is going to win?
I think the red team.
The red team. There you go.
They're winning?
This game's from a few weeks ago, because it's half time, so the players are having a rest at the moment. This one's not happening now.
I saw a yellow one running, but instead that was just the chief, right?
That's the ref. Yeah, that's the ref.
Yeah. Some people call it chief, some people call it ref.
Who do you think will win? As a person living in Munster, I'd like to see Munster, but I think Leinster will win. Oh, I think at home, 17-13, Leinster have to be the favourites, but the game has honestly been remarkably even. Some of the people here are saying hello to you, by the way.
Hello. I can't really hear it because they're just writing it.
Yeah, they're just writing it, so you can't see it. You're here as well. What have you got?
The Munster one.
You got the monster one.
You see?
Oh, yeah.
Look at the nana there. Look.
2 kids in the room now. Who do you think's going to win? The red one or the blue one?
Maybe
Do you like the red one or the blue one?
blue.
The blue one. So my son is Munster and my daughter is Leinster. There you go.
Your daughter.
I've been to lots of Leinster Munster games. Always been a tight game. Yeah. These 2 teams definitely don't want to lose to each other. What have you got in your hair? What is that? Fluff? What have you been into? Have you had your breakfast? You've been having rice bubbles.
Yeah.
Not supposed to be in your hair.
No.
No.
In my mouth.
Yeah, that's where it's supposed to go.
Yeah. You know I haven't ate breakfast.
You haven't because you just got up, eh?
Yeah.
My God, Mark, what have you been saying to them? They need re-education fast. Well, my daughter picked blue, so she's alright. This is my son picked red. Hey.
No, Dada.
Yeah?
Dada, that's your favorite?
Yeah.
That's their favorite. Ah.
Little guy immediately followed up by inquiring how your sleep was. Good little dude.
Dada, look.
Here it comes, yeah. So those are the 2 teams. You see that one's in blue and that one's in red. And the ref is kind of in pink. Can you see?
Yeah, and yellow.
So you like the red one?
Actually, now the blue because normally see the blue t-shirts are a little bit darker.
Okay, he's switched allegiance to Leinster because he's seen how dark the blue is. There you go. Do they play grassroots rugby or are they still too young? They're still too young, but they go to a thing, well, prior to lockdown, they go to this thing called Rugby Tots, where they go to like a little gym hall and they get like, my daughter's one's like still balls made of like foam, and his one's like a little mini rugby ball, and they just do like little mini rugby skills, so yeah, they do go to something. Second half's underway, by the way, we're a minute into it. Good boy. But Carl says don't go changing.
Then which team is your favorite?
Which team's my favorite?
Yeah.
Well, I don't really mind, but I own the blue team's shirt first. Yeah. Are you gonna go have breakfast?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Mama, not yet.
He can chill out for a little bit if you want. He's watching the rugby. He's alright. My Wi-Fi's down in Munster, so I can't watch it. We're watching on the data. Oh man, I hope you've got lots of data. You don't want your Wi-Fi going down during the game, man. Go blue team. Would you pick James Lowe for the All Blacks if possible? Based on what I've seen him playing in Ireland, I think he would, yeah.
Riff there.
Oh, did you see the ref? What was he doing?
Pink.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully he doesn't have to do too much, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're out.
Dada,
Yeah.
what are those people called that fixes them?
What do you mean that fixes them?
Those people that, if they got hurt, they,
They come and, like, help them?
yeah.
Probably the medics.
The
Medic. Yeah, the medics. Maybe just a doctor.
Yeah. Or maybe they called a rugby doctor.
Rugby doctor. Rugby medics. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Dale passed. I know. He must have been under special instructions at half time. Oh, they've just knocked it on, Munster. Was that Dale as well? Oh, no, it wasn't. Say hi to your little ones, Mark, for me. Good vibes. Hope they see the light and follow the best team, the red team. Yeah, it's just all about the colours, man. Not about the teams. Wasn't Lowe a centre in New Zealand? I know he played left wing for the Chiefs. I don't remember if he dropped into the midfield or not.
Dada,
Yeah.
what are they doing?
Oh, they're having a scrum, so they're going to push each other to see which team's stronger. Watching in Dublin, my mate in Did said there's been zero news over there about the return of the greatest provincial derby in the world. Appreciate following it here. Yeah, it must be said, man. When I looked up the TV guide for this, it said this game was Connacht and Ulster. Eventually they fixed that, but yeah. Is Dale of Spanish-Portuguese descent? I believe he is, but someone South African will have a better comment on that than me. What kid doesn't know the team with the nicest jersey?
Did you know?
Yeah.
Instead, I saw a blue team and going under the red team so he could sneak in them, push them all up so the blue team
Look at him.
would win.
He's running. Oh, he got tackled. He was pretty fast.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, there's 2 crumpets left if you want to go have them before somebody else does. I had the other 2, so there's only 2 left.
You can have them.
Oh, you don't want them?
Yeah.
Goodness me. Farrell got back to force that one.
He had a little knockdown.
He did have a little knockdown, didn't he?
Yeah.
His dad is of Spanish descent. There you go. Man. Somebody looks a bit sore. Look at him go. What happened to Lama there? Why? I don't get how he hurt himself. Did he land awkwardly? He stayed down. He seemed to have hurt his shoulder. Your boy has a better read on the scrums than most refs.
Or maybe, one sneak behind them and push them.
Might well be.
That was nearly at him. They might have sneaked up and push.
Yeah. Are you sure you don't want the crumpets? Because there's only 2 left and we can't get any more until Thursday when I do the shopping.
You can.
Are you sure? I've already had 2. There's 2 left in the fridge.
You can.
You don't want them?
No.
Okay. Being very polite while he's on the stream. Do you think Christie could make the Scotland squad because he was born in Peebles in the Scottish borders? Peebles? I think surely he'd have to head over to Europe. He looks pretty sore.
I saw he got up. But instead, he had to put 2 arms up so they could see what happened.
P, not pear, so it is Peebles. Okay. How's Farrell going at 13? I don't remember him making a lot of runs, but he's got Damien DeLinde inside him, so he may not get fed a lot of ball, to be honest.
Dad, what's those green ones?
Green ones?
Those green chairs.
The chairs in that place are just green. All right, 46 and a half minutes. Big scrum here. Big scrum. Is that not an early tackle? I think he had it just. Any reason they're playing this at the Aviva rather than the RDS? There's no crowd. I would have thought the RDS is cheaper to operate. Oh, Murray's taking McGrath at the back of that scrum. That's top work. Murray got that timing just perfect.
That all?
Yeah.
Maybe if
Oh, penalty Munster. That's massive.
maybe a bit later when they're running, somebody will sneak behind the Reds because a Red hurt his mate and kick him.
Hopefully they don't kick each other. They get in trouble if they do that. They're allowed to tackle, but they're not allowed to kick each other. Not on purpose, anyway. Nice tackle it was, man. Murray timed that to perfection. His son's commentary is better than Phil Kearns. Setting the bar pretty low. Well, you better go have breakfast.
Okay.
Yep. Do you want to say goodbye to everybody?
Bye.
He's gone. Got to have his brekkie. Got his rugby fix. Too bad we had some nice commentary. Yeah, he loves sitting down to watch the rugby for a little bit. He's adorable. He's adorable sometimes. He drives me up the wall sometimes as well. Farrell with the bit of crash ball. Jeez. Oh, it's a maul. And turnover. Just couldn't get those legs to ground. Where are you from if your kids are having breakfast? I'm in New Zealand. So it is like almost 8 o'clock in the morning. This is just coffee. As long as he watches rugby, he'll be a good player. That's the biggest part of understanding the game. I suppose it's true. Work on some skill stuff. Get your head in the game. That's if he wants to play. He's already playing that like rugby tots thing, but that's more of a muck around. Almost 8. I'd say that's a reasonable time for a beer. I don't know about that. Your kids are well behaved. My niece and nephews yell and all sorts. Oh, bro, here goes James Lowe. What a try. And my kids still drive me up the wall sometimes, man. That was remarkably well behaved, I gotta admit, but that's not all the time. What a pass, just to let him go. Too much gas. Not going to stop him from there. McGrath, Sexton. And then Lowe's out on the wing. He is fast, alright. Your son's going to be the most aggressive player since he loves rocking, kicking. Yes. Weak defence. Yeah, that all looked a bit too easy, didn't it? Munster should have kicked the goal. Gazza will probably pass some moves on, hopefully. If I can get him to play with the grandkids. Sometimes he doesn't seem that keen. What a kick. What a kick. It's looking pretty comfortable. Oh, and there's Mark. If you didn't know, but Mark is a bit of a Leinster fan, and he says, James Lowe, you beast. He is a bit of a beast. You guys must be pretty keen to see him in Irish colours, because he is a test match quality player. That is for sure. Cheers, Mark. James Lowe starting for Ireland this year, probably make the Italy and French games. What a huge talent he is. As a Kiwi, it's a pity we had so many good wingers at the time when he left, but he's paid his dues, and I've seen interviews with him, and he seems pretty committed to Ireland, so that's the kind of guy you don't mind seeing get international caps for another country when they fully buy in. He doesn't feel like a mercenary at all. He feels like legit committed, so at least the kids listen. They don't always listen. I was giving my son grief yesterday about not listening. Most Scottish players are from the borders. Hogg, Sutherland, Graham, the two Horns. How come there's not a team in the borders? There used to be, right? Or is there just like a lower level team? Right, Munster probably needs to be the next to score to put this into a game on. Augustine, mate, how are you, bro? Can't wait to see Lowe in green. Don't know who he would replace, though. It's tight. That's true. How old is Earls now? He must be getting on. Because you got Stockdale as well. Although Stockdale's been... Oh, Leinster just got March 10. Must have been a bit of back chat. Munster need to score to stay in this game. They do. probably could have got that kick a bit closer, to be honest, Hanrahan. It's like 8 meters when it could have been 5. All the good lower level teams. Okay. I think Stockdale could be dropped. His form has been patchy. He has seemed to be a bit of a kind of hit and miss player. When he's on, he's world class, but when he's off, he seems off. Alright, Munster 5 meters out. What's happened? Forward pass? Keys Hills is 32. He's not going to make another World Cup, is he? They got rid of the Borders team to save money. Oh, jeez. Who's calling this time of the morning? Goodness me. If Earls is 33, I think you probably go low. As much as Earls has given everything to that jersey. How old is Lowe? He's got to be in his late 20s, right? It's another penalty. Grant would have taken the 3. Scotland, there are 6 levels of rugby. Pro 14, Super 6, Semi-Pro, which feed Glasgow and Edinburgh, and 4 amateur levels. Who's injured now? Jeez, it's a bit worrying how many of these Munster guys have gone down for an extended period. Oh, he got his head so low. Maybe he just took a shot to the neck. Hopefully he's alright. Yeah, he looks alright. Healy's arm looks to be in a bit of discomfort though as well. Oh yeah, Ken Healy's going off. Ed Burns coming on. I always wondered to myself, why not make Irish local teams pro instead of the provinces? That's an interesting one. Like in New Zealand, the province idea is kind of a bit foreign. Like they had to construct it for Super Rugby. They had to combine like city teams. The famous 2 cents landline, the only one in existence in the world. That too. Bodies are still trying to acclimatise to the knocks. Yeah, I guess these guys, as much as you can do training, contact sessions, it's not the same. And they open up with frickin' Leinster, Munster. It's asking for trouble. But, yeah. Knew there would be injuries, but it's been brutal for a few lads. Owen, you are right, man. It's been absolutely brutal. He's going off. I guess I support the Hurricanes in New Zealand. Unfortunately, I'm a Blues fan, so we've had a lot of long-suffering years. This year was a bit better. Right, Munster probably needs to do something with this maul. Oh, it's collapsed. Got a bit loose. Here we go. If Munster score, it's absolutely game on. If they miss, they've still got time, but it'll be a big psychological win for Leinster if they can hold them out. Oh, they've knocked it on. They've knocked it on. We modelled on the New Zealand system regarding centralising and making amalgamated teams the pros. Yeah, centralised contracts has certainly helped the All Blacks succeed. Although it seems to have been slightly at the cost of some of our Super Rugby. Bit disjointed. 2 cents Hurricane supporter. We had quite a few injuries in Aotearoa, didn't we? More than we'd normally have. I think so. I don't know that any team had like 3 guys go down in the first game, though. This has been pretty brutal. He's walking freely. Yeah, it seems maybe just like a stinger or something. Ross Burns, come on. Zebra Benetton was a good game last night, and Scarlet's Blues is way better than this. This game's been pretty brutal. The error count, I should have looked up the knock-ons at halftime, actually. I feel like that's the one area that this game has suffered a bit. The knock-on count has been high. But I remember when I watched like Harlequins Sale, that game had a bunch of knock-ons as well, because it was first game back. This game's had 11 knock-ons so far, which is a lot. Jean Klein looks like he ate the Jean Klein that played in South Africa. They're feeding him well over in Ireland, what can we say? Munster doing what they've done so many times against Leinster, just not taking chances. Yeah, well, what Grant said earlier, maybe they should have just taken 3. I know they're 11 points behind, but it wasn't even at the hour mark, but I guess you could say maybe you're not going to beat Leinster in 3s. Don't know. It's just brutal when you put on all that pressure and then you can't get any points to show for it. Do you think that if South Africa don't get the Currie Cup started this year, they could get a competitive team together with all of their overseas-based players? Oh, definitely. If they wanted guys who've been playing rugby, there's definitely enough South African guys abroad to make a 23 or a 30. A competitive 23, would it be a fully competitive 30? Maybe. 40? A squad would have to be pretty massive, actually. It's an interesting thought, though. Surely they'll get it back up, though. They're going to do the bubble thing that all the other like American sports and whatnot have been doing. Oh, man. CJ Stunder at the breakdown. He's just a miracle worker tonight. Like, he's continuing on from that Six Nations form. He's just all over it. He's loving these rules. The Bristol game was super quick compared to this and the Super Rugby AU game. It's the knock-ons, man. I think it slows things down. As long as Van der Merwe and Schoeman still play for Scotland, They would definitely get called up if you were trying to field a team of all overseas-based Springboks, that's for sure. Yeah, South African coach would need at least 40 players. I reckon you could definitely get a really good 15, probably a pretty good 23. If you're stretching it to 40, might be a bit tough. Ringrose is going to thrive in Ireland's new system. I'm sure Farrell is going to want to unleash him. I have strength and conditioning at 8 a.m. tomorrow, Leo. Devin Toner's just been yellow carded. What the hell? Well, now Munster really need to score. Penalty conceded at the line out. Damn. Stunner does that international level. It's like his superpower. Yep, now's their time. 10 big minutes is 100% true. They need to score here. They absolutely need to score. Got to use it. It's going nowhere. They're like 4 meters out. Extra man. Man, if they score, this is going to be a very, very interesting end to the game. A soft yellow card. Yeah, I thought that kind of came out of the blue, but maybe I wasn't listening to the ref. Was he warning them prior to that? It's loose ball, but Munster have still got it. They're going backwards. Move English rugby to the summer. I think it could be played in a slightly more seasonal weather, eh? Maybe not necessarily full-on summer, but... Here we go. I think he got that. I think he did it. Bloody hell. Don't retire from international duties. Stay playing. You legend. Far out. What a try. What a try. That's a try. I don't think he's out. Oh. No way he should be scoring there. I was thinking to myself, this is such a pity that with an extra man, Munster aren't going to score here because he is absolutely covered. But man, what a try. Just give it. You reckon he lost it? Nah. You only need an inkling of downward pressure to get the decision. They haven't showed it in like proper slow-mo though. They've given it. I thought he definitely had it. Oh, it's both Munster's wingers with tries. Jeez, what a kick as well. How important was that? It's going to be a tight finish. Yeah, they didn't show the grounding at all. I thought he had enough based on the full speed footage to say that he at least had partial control of it as he put it down. But obviously you would have liked to see it in proper slow motion. Not sure about the pass. Looks slightly forward of the hands. He was kind of reaching forward to collect it, but I'll say it was flat. It was showing he's still got it. We call them the Moy Ross Expressway. I can't believe I was just saying you need to drop him from internationals and play James Lowe, because that was a hell of a finish. No rights to score that one. Oh, and it's another breakdown penalty. This is killing Leinster, man. What a finish. Big 10 minutes for Munster now, says Grant. 100%, man. In terms of the game, like, that play was very important. Now it's game on. Why does Keith Earls always look so angry? It seems to be a Munster thing, right? Earls looks angry. Have you ever seen, like, Peter O'Mahony smile? Like, ever? No. The Lonergan try for the Brumbies today was a shocker. He was offside by a mile. I don't know how they let that go. Sick to death of people talking about moving rugby to the summer of the Northern Hemisphere, because I could ask the same thing of Southern Hemisphere as well. I don't think... Super Rugby pretty much starts in the summer, right? It starts in like end of January or start of February. I don't think you need to make rugby a full summer sport, but you could probably, I think, shift it a wee bit. I'm sure if everyone moved their calendars a wee bit, they could get that dream of the calendar. Oh man, there goes Caelan Doris. What a run. Still not the Scarlets Blues game. It's going to be back for a penalty. Would have been a fingertips try, but it's on the board. There you go. I think fingertips had it, personally, but there you go. Really want Leinster to keep the winning streak going. O'Mahony smiles when he's minding the petunias. No, he's never smiled in his life. No, I don't believe it. Worked for league, particularly the grassroots pitches are atrocious. Yeah, I think that's also part of it, eh? The weather just gets that much colder there. Apparently, the guys behind Shit Towns of New Zealand are publishing a book called Shit Moments of New Zealand Sports. Nice. The Munster could steal this one. Well, they've conceded a penalty here, which Leinster will certainly kick, and they will use a full minute to kick it. And it'll be 27-20, so still potential for a draw, maybe more. Also, if you aren't familiar with that Shit Towns of New Zealand thing, people basically wrote reviews of towns in New Zealand and why they sucked, and people got angry about it. Don't say my town sucks. The Irish only smile when they beat the All Blacks. I don't think O'Mahony would even smile if he beat the All Blacks again. A bit of breathing room for Leinster now, but still... Leinster have 9 forwards on the pitch and Munster have 7. I saw they just took McGrath off. Hey Nathan, how's it going, man? Yeah, there's still 10 minutes to go. What team am I up for? I don't really mind who wins, to be honest. I just want it to be a close game. Big period of play here for Munster. They've got the ball. They're just outside Leinster's 22. They got the extra man. They need to show us something. I thought Leinster might have been a wee bit offside there, but no. Hanrahan, Dale in there. He passes Farrell. Earls. They're going forward. They're about 10 metres out. Robbie Henshaw's your second cousin. I saw you mention that in the comments of the vid. Be nice if he can hook you up with some tickets once rugby fans are allowed back in. Here's trouble. Conway. What a try. Conway's got the try. Huge kick coming here. Holy moly. There was numbers out here. James Lowe's calling for some support. And Conway makes James Lowe look a bit silly there, to be honest. Farrell with the ball. Hanrahan. Ireland are stacked with great wingers. They are, man. Yeah, 43 likes. Maybe 50 by the end of the stream. We can only hope. Big kick from Hanrahan. He's been on form so far. 73 minutes. How far into the yellow card? He's missed it. Oh, brutal. That's a pressure kick. Oh, and yeah, it's interesting because I was just starting to think Munster's attack's looking a bit lackluster here, and then they had the Earls run on the left, and then the Conway try on the right, and I'm thinking, okay, no, just be quiet. Be quiet, brain. Oh, Toner's back on, so that's the end of the yellow card. 12 points scored during the yellow card. Pretty costly. William forgot to drop a like. Drop one now, bro. Remember when I lived in Poland, I watched the game with Munster fans who talked shit about Hanrahan the whole time. He's having a pretty good game, but that was a kind of clutch conversion to missed. You fully commentators cursed him. Oh, I didn't mean to. He had been kicking on point, though. What can I say? Devon Taylor yellow card could be crucial. At 58 likes. Oh, good spotting, man. Thank you for that, sir. I always forget to ask for it. 5 minutes to go. 2 points in it. Why are these games always so, like, blood pressure raising? If you guys are actual Leinster or Munster fans, oh, and Lowe's just shoveled it into touch. You guys must be pretty tense at the moment. That pass was above Lama's head. He was never going to take that. What happened to Sneyman? He went off after 7 minutes, bro. That's why he hasn't done much. He got injured. He fell heavily from a line-out. He got a line-out steal, but he hurt himself doing it. Why is Max Deegan at 23? They only played two backs on the bench, and they gave them 21 and 22. So Max Deegan's 23. It just looks a bit weird, doesn't it? Lovely debut, I know. Does each team have a mascot? Not that I know of, but local fans will be able to tell us more. Leinster want to play down Munster's end. Oh, they've got the ball back? No. It's a penalty for Munster. Martino, what's up, brother? Yeah. It's a good game. It's tight. Did I get a trim? Yeah, bro, I cut the do. I gave myself a number 3. It's lockdown haircut. What can I say? Ulster fan hate Leinster. That seems to be a thing. Think it's a brilliant match, real derby. Happy to see Irish rugby's back. Watching it at Iron Sports, but listening to me. It's been a good one, man. I love matches that are like this. Proper close. 2.5 minutes to go. 2 points in it. Who knows how this is going to go? I'm bloody glad I'm a neutral, because you guys must be something bricks at the moment. Heinrich, how's it going? Big Will's expecting a droppy. We'll see if Hanrahan slots back into the pocket. They might play for a penalty. We'll see. 2 minutes to go. If I was an Ulster fan, I would hate Leinster too. Says DMC. Opinion on the new Ireland jerseys. They're pretty busy. I feel like they're going to be ones that people either love them or hate them. A minute and a half to go. Munster want the penalty. They're not getting it. Was that Devon Toner with an intercept? Are you shitting me? Excuse my language, but come on. Devon Toner with an intercept. Come on. Somebody was saying he needs to play fullback. Maybe he should. Oh, Kevin, get something for the kids when you go shopping on Thursday. All right, man, I will. Thank you, sir. I'll ask them what they want. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Devon Toner with the intercept. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. What a game. Is he trying to make up for that yellow card? Oh, they've lost it forward. That's going to be the game. That's going to be the game. Ryan Baird looks shattered. What an intercept. Devon from villain to hero. I know, it's madness. What's going on with this game? It's Leinster. Who likes them outside of Dublin? Leo says Stoner with the intercept. The end is near. Get that Leinster jersey off. Put on a Munster one. The Munster one's here. It's ready. I wore the Munster one for the preview. It's here, man. It's here. At this rate, it looks like I'm going to be wearing the Leinster one a little bit longer. There's 10 seconds to go. Gary Ringrose, should he start for the Lions? I rate him, man, but people don't seem to. Maybe they think he's not big enough. Munster, that's 80 minutes on the clock. They're like 8 meters out from their own line. They've won their line out, so they've got a chance. But it's a hell of a slim one. They kicked it out to take the bonus point. That's a bit of a deflating result. Is that because they don't want Scarlets to chase them down? They don't want to risk second spot. That's a bit of an anticlimactic finish. What can I say? What can I say, man? I wasn't expecting that for all money. I was like, definitely Munster are going to throw everything at it, and nah, game over. I guess that's the sensible thing to do. Did Munster just kick it out? Yeah, they did. You never see that happen nowadays. Teams don't do the smart thing. They always throw everything at it. My goodness. Crazy. Crazy. Kev says for F's sake. Yeah. Pragmatic Irish rugby at its finest. Bro, what was that? I don't know. Flashback to Japan? Yeah. Goes against the grain, but it's the right thing to do, I suppose. Why kick it out? In terms of the log, I think it was the safe thing to do, right? To make sure they can proceed in the comp itself, if not this game. Crazy finish. Oh well, rugby is back in Ireland. That's the good news. It was a bloody close game. That's good news. Leinster fans will be happy. Devon Toner with the intercept at the end. If I told you that was going to happen at the start of the game, nobody would have believed it. For goodness sake, what a crazy one. But, yeah. All right, people. If you're in Europe, get ready for bed, I guess. For me, the day is just starting. I'm going to take the kids out for a walk and try to tire them out. My son may be happy because he apparently switched allegiances to Leinster halfway through the game. But, yeah, you guys all take care. I'm sure we'll watch some more Premiership and Pro 14 games in the future. Not that there's that many left, but anyway. Yep. Take care, guys. See you again for another one soon.